in recent times we had a bunch of companies that were hitting us up with things conveniently in the channel colors. First off, we had Cable Mod, who sent over some of the premium line cables in conveniently blue, and then we had also Cable Mod sending over one of those really fancy looking keyboard cables in, again, blue. And then to top it off, we had a sponsorship with Strumhaze, where we have given them one of our own designs to make a mousepad out of it. And let's just say it turned out to be the most damn beautiful mousepad I have ever seen. So what we thought is, now we have all of that really beautiful blue stuff, why not make a whole setup video? Okay, so for today's build, we thought let's just make the most overpowered gaming setup that we are able to pull off. For the CPU, we decided to go with a Ryzen 5600X instead of the usual 12900K that we do over and over and over again, just because, yeah, 12900K is not really a gaming CPU. However, this time, instead of overpowering the CPU, we are overpowering the GPU. We will be going with a RTX 2080 Ti. Then for the mainboard, we go with a ASRock B660 PG Riptide because it's black and it conveniently fits the rest of the design. For the cooling, let's just say I've pulled off everything we had. We will take the Noctua NHU12A, which is if not even one of the best coolers out there, with two of Noctua's NF-A12X25s, and then to complete the setup we will put two of the same fans in the front, one in the back, and two of Noctua's airflow focused fans in the top of the case. If you haven't noticed it, we will be having way too much cooling. There is no way that the CPU will even reach higher temperatures. For the RAM, we will be going with some of Corsair's Vengeance, LPX, whatever. It is black and it will look good on top of the mainboard. Then for storage, we'll take the usual Samsung 970 Pro, where I still have all of the game files on it. For the case, it was kind of a complicated topic, and we wanted to try to go with something black and white and then add all of that blue on top. But that's why we will go with the Phanteks Evolv X. Yeah, Phanteks Evolv X in white, and then let's just hope black and white works well together when we combine it with blue. So yeah, let's try to pull this off. Well, if that is not one hell of a nice looking setup, I don't know what is. The all black interior combined with the white case around it and then have the blue accents all over the place really turned out quite a lot better than I even expected. It's really nice. Also with the mouse pad fits perfectly. I have it now here on the table. I doubt that I will remove it after this. This needs to be staying here. It's too beautiful. And also with things like a white keyboard, just everything fits perfectly fine. Now for the setup itself, as you might have seen, we completely overdid the whole Noctua part on this, but you know, you never can have enough cooling power. Of course, we also did the usual temperature test inside of this puppy. As you might expect, we have perfect results. CPU-Z stress test paired with Firmac 1080p, 8 MSAA, and then just hit it for half an hour. And we landed on the CPU at 71 degrees C and the GPU at 68, with all of the case fans and CPU cooler fans being maxed out at 100%, and the GPU doing whatever the hell it wants to do. So really good results. This thing will absolutely never overheat. Amazing job for the case and the whole Noctua cooling ports. We also did quite a lot of game benchmarking. Here a little fun fact. I've chosen the worst RAM possible. This is really a really big issue, especially because we went with a 5600X. And as you might know, AMD CPUs are quite heavily influenced by RAM speed. However, we wanted to go with the whole black components with white surrounding and blue accents theme. And therefore we chose our Corsair Vengeance LPX black ones. However, I bought these like many years ago when DDR4 hit the market, so they are very low speed. They are 2133, which is really bad. Hence, the performance was really hit quite hard. However, the whole system performed a lot better than I actually expected. I expected the CPU to be a massive bottleneck due to the RAM speed. However, absolutely no issue. It performed surprisingly well, I would say, considering what I did with the CPU. On the other side, I just have a 1080p monitor here, which I used for the game benchmarks, and a 2080 Ti is a bit overkill to be running on a regular 1080p monitor, but see the numbers for yourself. For the build part, or not even the build part, the setup part, I am really happy how all of this turned out. I really enjoyed making it a setup instead of just, you know, a finished build PC and then put it on for the B-rolls. This is something different for once, but I really enjoyed it. If you did too, tell me in the comments so I can make more of these instead of just builds. Because this is like just an extra step, but the result has more like, you know, meaning. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If so, have a look at one of our other builds. That some are good, some are bad. And yeah, hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.